Hey, you know that feeling? Being stuck at the same income level no matter how hard you work? Or being tired of pretending that you're fine when money worries are just eating you alive? And sometimes having money fights between you and your partner. For 40 years, I've helped people make more money by fixing one simple problem: the way their brain thinks about wealth. I'm Jim Nissing, and here's the truth most experts won't tell you. Your brain already contains the exact neural patterns for financial success. It's like having a Ferrari in your garage that no one showed you how to start. I discovered this through my work in NLP and AI. You're not broken. You don't need to work harder. You just need to activate the wealth code already in your mind. When I help clients activate this pattern, they see money opportunities everywhere. And these same opportunities were invisible before. Their anxiety about finances vanishes, and most importantly, they start making more money while doing less work. This isn't some mystical secret. It's practical brain science that has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs just like you. I also integrate the latest technologies into my coaching, including AI, to ensure my clients get the best possible results. I've studied and incorporated advanced NLP techniques and new approaches in psychology. On top of that, I use data-driven biometric and somatic information to guide the coaching process. Now, the reason I share that with you is because it's totally cutting edge, but it's one of the things that makes me super different as a coach. And I want to ask you a question. Would you like to change something? Is there something you've always wanted to change that you thought you would like to change? Or is there something currently that you'd like to change? Would you like to change it because it's not changing? Have you felt stuck in an area of your life? Or is there an area of your life that you're feeling stuck right now? Or you're feeling that you're kind of sabotaging, kind of 2 steps forward and 3 steps back kind of thing, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And finally, the question I have for you, are you committed in some area of your life to create a different result than you're actually getting? So do you feel like, hey, I'm committed actually to getting a better result, but I feel like I'm not able to do that? Maybe you want to take something that's good and go to great. Or maybe you just feel stuck anywhere. If any of those questions resonate with you, you're going to absolutely love this presentation. In fact, there's this great quote by Oprah Winfrey. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his or her future by merely changing his or her perspective. So here's what we're going to learn in today's presentation. Why are we great at getting stuck? What are blind spots and sabotage patterns that we have? How to create sustainable change? What a coach actually does? And how to get free from the same old patterns and situations. There are 3 formulas that explain why we get stuck so easily. People often live in the wrong sequence, having been taught a faulty approach. Most of us operate in the do, have, be paradigm. We believe we need to do something in order to have something, and only then can we be something. For example, I need to work more so that I can have more money so that I can be happy and secure. But this sequence is flawed, and it's one of the reasons that we get stuck in life. No matter how hard we try, this approach just doesn't lead us to the lasting results. What actually does work is the be, do, have paradigm. Be the person you want to be first, then do what aligns with that identity, and eventually you'll have what you desire. This shift in thinking is the key to unlocking true fulfillment and success. There's a paradigm known as the belief-action-results cycle. Contrary to popular thinking, our results don't come directly from our actions. Instead, our actions are driven by our beliefs. Most people focus on changing their actions, thinking that That will bring different outcomes. However, if we don't address the underlying beliefs, those actions will eventually revert and the desired results won't stick. Actions alone aren't enough. Simply changing what we do won't lead to lasting change because our beliefs are the true drivers of this. If we want lasting results, we must focus on shifting our beliefs first. Changing beliefs requires coaching to uncover shifts and the beliefs that are holding you back. Working with a coach is essential because a coach can see things that you may not be able to see. It's a deeper process than just altering behaviors. The belief experience cycle. This is the third crucial behavior cycle. Our beliefs shape our experiences, and those experiences in turn reinforce our beliefs. For instance, if you're experiencing a lack of money, time, or connection, it's easy to blame external factors. But the truth is, these experiences stem from your beliefs, and they reinforce one another in a loop. By changing either your beliefs or your experiences, you can transform the entire cycle. So, what's the common denominator in all of this? It's belief. Who we are being and what we believe in is everything. It's the core of everything. And that's the key to real transformation. There are 4 areas of knowledge that humans can have. Number 1, what we know, we know. These are the things you're aware of and you're confident about, like knowing how to tie your shoes, speak your language, or cook a meal. It's knowledge you're conscious of having. Number 2, what we know, we don't know. This is where you're aware of what you don't know. For example, you might know that you don't know how to fly a plane or speak Chinese. In life, we often try to acquire more knowledge in this category to improve ourselves or make changes. However, true transformation happens in the next 2 areas. What we don't know, we don't know. These are the blind spots. Since we don't know they exist, they can't be addressed without outside help. Just like the blind spots in your car. You need mirrors or someone to help you see them. This is one reason why coaching is so powerful. It helps you uncover what you can't see on your own. Number 4, what we're certain about, but we're wrong. This is an even more challenging area. It's where we're absolutely convinced about something, but that belief is actually wrong or sabotaging us. The righteousness and the certainty that we hold in this area often leads to self-sabotage, especially when it isn't giving us the results that we want. In coaching, we don't focus on what you know or what you don't know. Instead, we concentrate on whether you're getting the results you desire. The real breakthroughs happen when we explore those blind spots in the areas where you're absolutely sure, but you might be mistaken. These 2 areas, the blind spots and the places where you're certain but not getting results, are the most dangerous, yet they hold the greatest potential for change. If you're ready to create transformation, that's where we'll focus. If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change, says Wayne Dwyer. What's the most interesting point that you've heard so far? And what maybe surprised you in this presentation? And what did you learn? And what would you like to change? We use NLP to recode the patterns in your brain. What's NLP? It's neuro-linguistic patterning. It's the process of how your neurons fire to give you the experiences of your life. So if you want to change the experience of your life, you just have to change the neurological designs that created it. And guess what? That's what a coach does. That's what I do with my clients. Nelson Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." You know, people ask me all the time, what's the difference between coaching versus consulting? Well, let me take you through it. Consulting is very different. I coach people. I don't consult them. It's important to understand the difference between the two because many people tend to confuse them. In consulting, the consultant operates from the belief that they know better than the client. The consultant's role is to provide answers, to teach you the right way to do something. And that approach can be valuable in certain contexts. But there's nothing wrong with consulting, but it's a different framework. Coaching, on the other hand, is not about having all the answers. As a coach, I don't assume that I know what's best for you. Instead, I believe that you actually have all the answers within you. And my role is to guide you to discover them for yourself. Coaching is built on the belief that your behavior is aligned with your deeper intention. So what does that mean? It means that whatever actions you're taking, they're connected to an important intention within yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing them. So as a coach, I get curious about the intention behind your behaviors. So if you're feeling stuck, I believe that behavior, feeling stuck, is aligned with a higher intention. If you're sabotaging your progress, that behavior is also linked to a deeper purpose. The key is to figuring out what that intention is. One of the main focuses in coaching is to help you discover your true intentions. You already have the answers within yourself, and it's not about someone else telling you what to do. People are tired of hearing that others have all the answers. They want to uncover their own answers. And through this process, we'll find a new way together, a new approach that allows you to align your behavior with what you truly want so that you can achieve your goals. These are the core concepts behind coaching. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us, says Ralph Waldo Emerson. There are 4 different types of coaching. Let me share with you what they are and how you can utilize them. There's motivational coaching, where the coach motivates you. And then there's accountability coaching, where the coach helps you stay accountable. There's execution coaching, where the coach focuses on how you're doing. And then there's the top, which is leadership coaching, about who you are being. There's nothing wrong with keeping people motivated. We can jump up and down all day, but after that, then what happens? And then there's nothing wrong with being accountable. But what I do as a next-gen coach, I'm going to be focusing on helping people execute better and being who they are being. This is leadership coaching. Where can coaching be applied? Here's a list. You can use coaching in almost any aspect of your life, whether it's your business, your personal life, or your overall well-being. We can work together on areas like leadership, health and wellness, spiritual growth, career development, finances, peak performance. Coaching can also help you in relationships, mindfulness, parenting, communication, sales, time management, creativity, and conflict resolution. Essentially, you can apply coaching to any area in your life. So where would you like to start? Is it your career, finances, business, relationships, time management, or maybe peak performance? Where would you like to get coached right now? Over the decades, I've embraced continuous learning, earning certificates from some of the most respected figures in the field. Brendan Burchard, Roger Love, Eben Pagan, Christian Michelson, and Kane Minkus. But more than the certifications, what drives me is helping others find their own breakthroughs. My journey into coaching has been about one thing: empowering people to unlock their potential and discover answers that are already within them. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change, says Jim Rohn. And speaking of change, the world's greatest leaders all believe that change is important. Let's check out what Bill Gates and some others have to say about coaching.
Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. My bridge coach, Sharon Osberg, says there are more pictures at the back of her head than anyone else's in the world. Sorry, Sharon. Here you go. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve.
Years I've received so many different kinds of advice, I don't know where to start. One that comes to mind is to have a coach. Our board member in 2002, John Doerr, said, "You need a coach." And I said, "Well, I don't need a coach. I'm an established CEO. Why would I need a coach? Is something wrong? No, you need a coach. Everybody needs a coach. So Bill Campbell became my coach and has served Google very well. Every famous athlete, every famous performer has somebody who's a coach, somebody who can watch what they're doing and say, is that what you really meant? Did you really do that? They can give them perspective. The one thing people are never good at is seeing themselves as others see them. A coach really good.
Your mind is a powerful ally or enemy. Which one are you going to choose? Can you read this? Amazing! The mind can interpret everything, even if it's misspelled. How many of you would like to free yourself now? How many of you would love to free yourself up from sabotage patterns? Who here would like to free yourself and understand the process of that? Let me share with you the exact process. Now here we go. Here's how you're going to free yourself. We're going to explore an area of your life in a coaching session. That's the start of it, okay? You want freedom. We're going to explore an area of your life that you choose in a coaching session. In there, we're going to discover all sorts of connections and meanings and things that you have that go way back in time, from the time you were born even. We're going to go to work using NLP to recode the past perspectives and limiting beliefs about those areas in your life. Once we do that, we're going to actually get some new options. We're going to come up with some new options for behaviors. Beliefs give you behaviors. Behaviors give you results. So we're going to need to come up with some new options. And then we're going to strategize which one of these options are the right ones. Together, we'll choose some new strategies for you. From there, we're going to implement and integrate all this good work we did, and we're going to refine it, taking hold, making sure that you're getting the results that you want. And then, guess what? We're going to do it all over again with a different area of your life. And we'll just keep doing that over and over until you don't feel like you need any more change. That's it. To summarize, here are the steps. Explore an area of your life. Discover the connections and beliefs that are limiting you. Reframe those perspectives and open up new possibilities. Get some new options for new behaviors which give you new results. Choose strategies together. Implement and integrate the changes. Repeat in any area of your life where you seek more freedom and change. This is the path to freeing yourself, step by step, one area at a time. Ever wonder where we can create meaningful change? Let me introduce you to the different levels of change, particularly the 5 logical levels that we can work on. As a next-gen coach, I focus on the highest level of transformation. Number 1, environment. This refers to external changes like switching offices, moving houses, or even relocating to a new city. While it can be refreshing, changing your environment doesn't solve everything. Your parents are still crazy. It doesn't change them. Behaviors. You can modify your actions and habits. While this is important, there still is more at play. Capabilities. This is where you can develop new skills or knowledge. For example, learning a new language and French will not only change your skill set, but also influence your behaviors. You'll speak more French and you'll find environments that you can speak French in. It's a powerful ripple effect. Beliefs. These are your core values, the rights and the wrongs and the rules that apply to yourself and others. Changing beliefs can lead to deeper transformation. Identity. This is how you see yourself. If you think about the statement, I am blank. In my case, I am a coach. Think about it. Think about I am whatever it is you fill in. I am. This is the identity level. Shifting your identity can create profound change. But as a next-gen coach, I focus on something even higher, systemic change. This means that we work on larger systems influencing your life, such as family dynamics, work systems, social ecosystems, and even religious or cultural systems. These systems create deep pressure on every other level of change, from identity all the way down. By addressing them, we can create lasting, sustainable transformation. If you really want to have change, you have to work with another human. You might as well work with somebody who's trained in everything that we've just talked about today, and specifically a certified Gen coach. I love this quote by Tony Robbins. Your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent, and committed decision. Now that we've touched on the importance of making congruent, committed decisions, let's explore how we could work on this together. When I take on a new client, there are just 3 key things I look for to help them create real change. If this resonates with you, let's have a conversation. The first requirement is a genuine desire to change. If you truly want to make a shift, we should definitely talk. Secondly, you need to be willing to work on it consistently over time. Whether it takes a few months or longer, real change requires an ongoing effort. We'll figure out the timeline together, but the key is commitment. Lastly, you must have the willingness to invest in yourself to stay committed to this process. If you're not ready to invest in your personal growth, it might not be the right time for us to work together. So if you're truly ready to make a change, willing to put in the time and commitment to investing in yourself, we should definitely connect. As Albert Einstein says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So if you do nothing, you're likely to have the same thing you've always had. So let's work together and let me help you leverage the latest neuroscience to have the life that you want. Abraham Lincoln said the best way to predict the future is to create it. Let me show you how to flip the switch on your brain's hidden wealth code. The first step is incredibly simple, and I explain it clearly in my training. Just click the button below to access the training. 5 minutes from now, you could start seeing money in a completely different way. The only question is, are you ready to activate what's already inside you? I'll see you inside.
Before you close this page, let me ask you something. What's the cost of staying exactly where you are right now? Another year of financial struggle? Another decade of watching opportunities slip by while your brain sabotages every breakthrough? Here's what happens in the next 60 seconds. Either you grab this neuroprofit system that's already transformed hundreds of lives, or you go back to fighting the same mental patterns that have kept you stuck. Let me make this crystal clear, what you're walking away with. Neuroprofit Blueprint 8-week intensive, the complete transformational system, which is a $3,997 value, and Jim will be on all 8 live calls where you can ask questions and experience transformations. You get a bonus follow-up session after the course, valued at $1,000, and you get copies of the classes and can retake the class at no extra charge. You get private community access where you can network with other high achievers, which is a $1,000 value. You get Jim's 3 breakthrough books, Neuroprofit Blueprint, Countdown to Calm, Your Future Self Blueprint. Also, you get a 30-minute private breakthrough session, but only for the first 5 people that sign up, which is a $297 value. The total transformation value is $6,346. But you're not paying $6,346. You're not even paying the regular $3,997. Today only, one payment of $297. That's 95% off the real value, less than $37 per week to completely rewire your financial future. Why this insane price? Because Jim would rather have 100 success stories than 10 students who can't afford to transform their lives. But here's the thing. This price expires when the class fills up. After that, full price, no exceptions. Your brain will give you a million excuses in the next 30 seconds. I'll do it later. I need to think about it. What if it doesn't work? That's exactly the neuroprogramming keeping you broke. The only question is, are you ready to break the cycle? Claim your spot, $297 today. Jim has a money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied in 30 days, pay nothing. What's it going to be?